That's right, boys. Welcome to the side of the ring, because it's time for some ringside rumors. Bray Wyatt is listed internally as SmackDown's top babyface, according to PW Insider. Drew McIntyre is second. Okay, well, it sounds like he's going to be doing a heel turn. Didn't he talk about that on SmackDown? He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna confess that I'm gonna do really bad things. They're gonna cheer for him anyway. What do I care? What does it matter?" Next, Insider also notes that Wyatt is currently WWE's top merch mover, which is likely one of the reasons the company was so happy with the White Rabbit project and plans to do more angles like it in the future. There were those in the organization who pushed for things like it in the past, but Vince and his team never went for it. Well, you see how much of an absolute screw-up that was on their part, because it was probably one of the hottest angles going leading up to Extreme Rules, and now Wyatt is literally at the top of the pecking order now, so Vince, you're an idiot. Next, after missing both of last week's shows with COVID, Fightful Select reports Triple H was back and running things at Raw last night. Great. Man, that was still a bad show, though, okay? Which, you know what? You know what's crazy? Wrestling Empire really taught me a lot about booking shows and the type of wrestlers and matches you can have, and how you're not always going to knock it out of the park every night, despite the fact that you've got a stacked roster. So, listen, all right? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, what are you talking about? No, listen, all right? I'm making very scarily close comparisons to how a lot of stuff is happening. And also, I would argue that it actually is helping me. If I could be honest here, I'm actually getting a slightly more, well-rounded understanding of, what's going on. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Next, Wade Keller said on a recent PW Torch VIP audio show that while he agrees Triple H would at least think about bringing CM Punk back to WWE for business reasons, someone, quote, within the sphere of influence of Paul Levesque's decision-making would be a hard no on endorsing the return of CM Punk. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. Stop saying that. Stop saying that Punk is coming back. He's not. He's not coming back. He wouldn't. He burned his bridge. I was going to bring up a news article and talk about that in the turnbuckle this episode, but I just decided not to, because he's not coming back. He's not coming back, man. I don't know who among us. Oh, you know what? To be fair, there were people that thought the Hangman injury was a work. There were people that thought the whole Punk and Young Bucks thing was a work. So I'm sure there's people out there that think Punk is going to come back to the WWE. He's not. He's not coming back to the WWE. All right? I don't know what makes you think that he is. He's not. Next, another topic. And watch him come back too. Watch him walk right back into the building. Oh my God. Next, another topic Keller recently hit was MJF's return to AEW. His hunch is Tony Khan signed MJF to an extension before he returned, and that MJF is just saying he didn't as part of an angle for the future. Yeah, with MJF, you don't know what's real and what's fake, Well, yeah, it really depends just because on how well he carries the kayfabe and everything. So, listen, all right, whatever furthers the storyline, okay? It's interesting, at least on my end. Finally, Keller also said that despite what happened Double or Nothing weekend, MJF is someone Tony Khan trusts to represent AEW. Keller reminded that the 26-year-old hasn't been involved in any backstage drama like so many others at the company. I think MJF is going to grow into a locker room leader. I think if you listen to MJF speak and you really know about his character, he is someone who really, like Jody Threat, he is someone who's just like, I'm not even going to get involved. I know what comes with it. I feel like he's smart enough to be like, look at what's happening when you get involved in drama. You either get sent home or nobody on social media buys you, right? Nobody believes in you. Nobody trusts you as far as they can throw you. You lose your stock. Your popularity goes down. You know what I mean? So it's best if you just sort of not so much keep your head down, really be observant on one hand, but on the other hand, stay out of trouble to the best of your ability. Do what you can, make comments where you can, talk about what you're allowed to talk about. But other than that, really stay out of the way. Stay out of the way. Don't get involved in anything that isn't your business. Don't speak on anything that isn't your business. You know what I mean? Really just fly under the radar. Hop up whenever you're needed and all that sort of stuff. But other than that, really don't make too much of a fuss. Don't make too much of a ruckus about yourself. And at the end, I can respect that. I completely understand that because there's so many things going on, and the yelling and the fighting and the backstage and the sent home and the drama and the being, and it's like, look, okay, I don't have time for all that. All right, I'm not trying to deal with any of that. I don't feel like putting up with any of that nonsense. Okay, we're just gonna. I'm just going to keep trucking, okay? Leave me alone. What do we talk about? Bray Wyatt is the top babyface. Great. Even though it sounds like he's turning heel, but whatever. Insider also notes that WWE... Okay, so Wyatt is the top seller with his merch. WWE liked the White Rabbit Project, and Vince would have never done it. Again, Vince is an idiot. The White Rabbit Project was probably the most, like, white-hot angle that was happening in wrestling. Everybody was just endlessly enthralled in it, okay? They could not get enough of it. And it makes sense that Bray Wyatt's the top merch mover. Triple H doesn't have COVID anymore. Great. Show was still terrible. Wade Keller says CM Punk might come back, but there's a bunch of people that are around Triple H that are saying that that's not going to happen. And it's not! It's not going to happen, and man, if it does. If that does happen, what's an crazy... I don't know. Maybe I'll eat paper. I'll think of something. I have no idea. But that is how confident I am that he's not going to come back. And if he does come back, I don't know, put a comment in this video. What do you think I should do? Another topic Keller recently hit, MJF, okay, his hundreds of Tony Khan signed to do an extension, but he isn't talking about it because of kayfabe reasons. Listen, if I don't need to know about it, I don't need to know about it, okay? If it applies to the story, then fine, you know, I'll do my thing. Keller also said that despite what happened to Double or Nothing, MJF is someone Tony Khan trusts to represent AEW. That makes sense because he's not an idiot. He's not an idiot. You can call MJF whatever you want. He's not stupid. All right. He has been involved in a backstage drama, and MJF is going to grow into a locker room leader, which is fair. Just like Moxley. Moxley is a fantastic locker room leader if he isn't already. You know. So I think that at the end of the day, you know what I mean. It really says a lot about MJF that it says a lot about MJF that Tony Khan was like, yeah, I trust him, you know? So I really don't think that anybody should really not be buying into MJF as like a very prominent character. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode because I certainly enjoyed making it. And I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one.